Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Libby Dowsett. We will get to your headlines in just a minute, but first, let's check in with Corey Johnson for a quick check on our forecast.
Hey, good morning, Libby. Off to a beautiful start this morning. Pioneer Park building camera, the square off in the distance you can see. Looks like set up for some sort of event, and honestly, it's a good day to do it. It is sitting at 63, partly cloudy conditions right now, but we're going to bump into the upper 80s today as our high. Looking at temperatures right now, notice 57 in Beaverton, 60 in Tigard, 63 for those of you in Southwest Washington and Vancouver, and 62 in Gresham. Our Rose City camera, not much in the way of clouds out there. Lots of blue to be seen this morning, 63. And then air quality alert wise, notice we didn't see a lot of haze in those live looks. Air quality wise, we are seeing the more hazardous conditions mainly situated in the Dalles and further areas east of the Cascades, really because of the wildfire smoke we're still monitoring. Looking at futurecast, clouds pass whatever there is out there for us by noon, and then the rest of the day it is sunny and it is wonderful. 86 our high for today, then we bump down into the low 80s by midweek. I'll break down your 7-day forecast in a minute.
Thank you, Corey. We are getting our first look inside the Centennial Mills warehouse in Northwest Portland, the building that was gutted by fire last weekend. Investigators say there are likely human remains somewhere in that rubble. The area around the abandoned mill is blocked off, with officials concerned it could collapse at any time. Alma McCarty has more on plans to tear it all down.
Sunday afternoon, fire shot into the air from the Centennial Mills warehouse.
So I stayed until about 4 or 5 o'clock watching the whole thing. Man, it was quite a show.
Ron Sherrill among the many onlookers that day, curious now about when it will come down.
It's really kind of disheartening to see that happening because I just like old buildings.
The city ordering the building's owner to disconnect utilities and provide them with a plan, with demolition beginning no later than next Friday. Although the exterior walls and water tower remain standing, the extensive damage poses risk of collapse.
We have never entered the structure to date.
But fire investigator Jason Anderson explains after a hazards assessment, 2 canines were safely sent inside of the building and alerted on 2 separate occasions, indicating a high likelihood of human remains.
We're not able to say with any definitive level of, yes, there are human remains within the building. The loss of human life is something that we take very seriously. This is a very complicated fire investigation. It's a scene that has impacted the city in many different ways, the community as a whole. So we want to ensure that we are doing the best job and the most thorough job possible.
He explains safely bringing down the structure will be a collaborative effort in the days ahead, as will the extrication of possible remains.
It may be in a position where when the building's been moved or reconfigured into a safer condition that they're accessible in the basement. It could be that they're still in a precarious location where we might need the urban search and rescue or technical rescue team of Portland Fire and Rescue. Those are questions I just can't answer at this point.
And fire investigators tell us they haven't been inside to fully investigate the scene, so they still don't know what caused that fire. They have been able to rule out mechanical and electrical systems as a cause, since the abandoned warehouse had neither. A wildfire burning in southern Oregon has now turned deadly. 47-year-old Jason Ensign from Klamath Falls died while operating a dozer on the Wright Spring fire. Officials say he was building fire brake lines when a flare-up cut off his escape route. His remains were found late Thursday night. The Wright Spring fire was first reported Wednesday in Klamath County and has grown significantly to more than 8,000 acres. Governor Tina Kotek has already approved additional resources to fight that fire. Meantime, southeast of Mount Hood, the fight against the grasshopper fire is growing, with wind working against crews. Firefighters say flames have reached Highway 35 on the western side. Crews are trying to keep it from jumping the highway, which is currently closed along a stretch east of the Highway 26 junction. We heard from families who've had to evacuate.
Last week we had to evac our family and send them into Portland and stuff because the smoke and the fire came way too close to our community. It got within less than a quarter mile of our community.
Oregon Air National Guard crews have been activated to help with the firefighting effort. This includes airmen from the 142nd Wing at the Portland Air National Guard Base. In eastern Washington, 3 major wildfires are burning in the Spokane area. More than 900 buildings have been destroyed since last week, with more than 10,000 acres burned. The largest of the 3 wildfires is the Autumn Lane Fire. Neighbors in 9 Mile Falls, 10 miles away from downtown Spokane, are just starting to grasp the magnitude of the damage. Officials believe someone most likely started this fire by accident. Now crews are working to strengthen containment lines and get the fire fully under control. And that may be challenging this weekend.
We're in a good spot, we're in a great spot, but we have bad weather coming in for fire weather today and tomorrow. So we need to make sure people stay very vigilant of what's going on.
And we have more coverage of the Spokane wildfires in a new special streaming right now. That includes an in-depth look at the destruction left behind, the people impacted, and the long road ahead. You can stream it on demand on our free TV app, KGW+. The Oregon Health Authority is warning of yet another measles exposure site, this time in Clackamas County. Doctors say anyone at Kaiser Permanente's Mount Scott Medical Office between 1:35 and 3:44 p.m. Thursday may have been exposed. The warning comes after doctors on Thursday identified another site, the ER waiting room at Randall Children's Hospital, as a potential measles exposure site. They say if you were in the waiting room on Monday night or Wednesday morning, you may have been exposed. Officials recommend checking vaccination records, and if you're unvaccinated, consider getting the MMR shot as soon as possible. Friday, the city, state, and Trailblazers met with an architecture firm to talk about picking a general contractor for Moda Center renovations. We are entering the home stretch for city councilors before they vote on the term sheet or framework for a deal with the Blazers. Some councilors want to head into negotiations by keeping demands limited, while others say that's the wrong move. The vote on the term sheet is set for next Wednesday. Portland could join the ranks of New York City and Montreal with a new proposal by Portland City Councilor Loretta Smith. It would stop right turns at red lights at 200 intersections. Harley Coldiron breaks down the debate over safety and traffic for us.
Turning right on red could soon be a thing of the past in Portland. City Council Thursday moved one step closer to vastly expanding where those turns would be banned.
Safety over everything.
Brock had a close call just shortly before talking with us.
I was trying to cross the street and I had the right of way to walk, and a guy pulled into the walking zone and was looking this way to go just to see if cars were coming, and he almost barreled right into us.
He fully supports Councilor Loretta Smith's proposal and says it could save lives.
I think it's a little extreme.
Lifelong Portlander Greg Hauser wants to see some sort of middle ground, believing it could lead to even more traffic trouble.
It's going to be better for pedestrians, but it's going to cause an issue with traffic.
Something Brock believes is no excuse.
Leave 5 minutes earlier.
The proposal would focus on banning rights on reds in a high crash network like here in Burnside. That's basically busy streets and corridors where they've had deaths and dangerous collisions.
It's part of a larger push by the city to move towards Vision Zero, a mission aiming to ensure nobody in a car, on 2 feet, or 4 wheels dies from collisions on our city streets.
I have to be extra cautious when I cross the street, especially in Portland, because people just sort of blow through stop signs.
We caught up with these two who support the idea but aren't convinced it makes sense for Portland. Peter previously lived in Manhattan where all rights on reds are banned.
I mean, pedestrian volume here is so minimal compared to a big city like New York.
Jason Myers says it doesn't mean much without enforcement.
I don't trust the no turn on right signs. I don't think that stops people.
And that was Harley Cold Iron. There, I got it. The final vote is next Wednesday. If passed, there will be a 30-day education period before enforcement begins.